Hey all, this is TJ back with another video. Today I'm going to be going over a grand tournament I just went to. It was called the Clutch City GT. It was held here in Houston, Texas, well a little north in Spring, Texas. And it was a 5-round event. It went over a Saturday and Sunday. And let's get on to my list. So for this GT I took Dark Angels. The detachment I took a simple battalion detachment. I took another extra relic. For my HQs I had Asmodai. And I mainly took Mantra of Strength with him and Canticles of Hate. I felt those were the two best ones for my army. If I ever got them in close combat single-wise, I could use the Mantra of Strength, and if not, the Canticles of Hate always helped out. And I took Belial. He was my warlord, as well as he also had Brilliant Strategists. For troops, I took 3 simple 5-man intercessor squads, nothing big there. For the Elite's choice, I took a Deathwing Ancient. Of course, I took a relic with him, and that was Lay Low the Mighty, which is just simply amazing. Any Deathwing unit within 6 inches of him has a 5+ Feel No Pain. Pretty simple. I don't know why anyone wouldn't take it, just to be honest with you. I'm sorry, that was the Pendant of the Remembrance, I think. Yeah. So I took a Deathwing Command Squad, had a simple Deathwing Sergeant, Thunderhammer, and Storm Shield, and then I took another Deathwing Terminator with Thunderhammer and Storm Shield. I had 1 unit of Deathwing Knights, a 5-man unit. Also took a Watcher in the Dark with that. I took another Deathwing Terminator Squad. This was 9-man, and then they were all Storm Bolters and Power Fist. Then I had one with the Cyclone Missile Launcher. I then took a Ravenwing Dark Shroud with a Heavy Bolter. And then for my heavy support, I took a Land Raider Redeemer. I really wanted to see how the 2 Flamestorms cannons, the Multi-Melta Storm Bolter, and the Twin Assault Cannon would work out. And plus, most of the time, what I would do is I'd put Asmodai as well as the Deathwing Knights in there. And then just for fun, I took a Nephilim Jet Fighter. It's got the Avenger Mega Heavy Bolter, which is just amazing, 10 shots. And then 2 twin heavy bolters, which is another 6, so that's 16 heavy bolter shots, and then 2 Black Sword missiles. My basic strategy behind this list was I wanted to take Deathwing. With Deathwing's new ability, with basically everyone having transhuman now, is simply absolutely amazing. So it wasn't hard for me to decide to say, hey, I painted this army in 7th edition. I really wanted to see what it could do on the tabletop now. And so let's get on to game 1.
So round 1's underway. I'm playing Robert. Very beautiful Tanaris army. He's moving right now. He won the roll-off, so he's going first. The Dark Angels are deployed. The good thing about Clutch City GT, I will tell you right now, is the terrain is amazing. Everything is there where it needs to be. And the good thing about it, too, is the terrain changes up depending on the mission. In round 1, we are playing Scorched Earth. They even came up with these great score sheets, and on the back, it has everything you need for terrain, which is amazing. So good luck to Robert. I hope he wins the game, or maybe I win the game. Who really knows? But it'll be fun.
So round 1 versus Robert. Great game. Really enjoyed it. His army was a very cool choice. I really enjoyed looking at his beautiful Tyrannus army that he kind of custom painted. Had a lot of good custom bits on it. Just a really cool army. And unfortunately, just too much big stuff. To be honest with you, Knights have always been kind of a keeper army. A gatekeeper army. And if you can't beat Knights, you're gonna have a hard time winning the tournament. So, he had the Knight Gallant. Very, very cool. He had the smaller Forge World Knights. He had them all converted and everything. They had the Lightning Locks as well as the Volkite stuff, and just those things are just amazing to kill Primaris and Terminators. Just multi-damage weapons, just very good. What I tried to do in this game is I tried to push the middle of the board. That was kind of my strategy for almost the entire everything is push the middle of the board. I've got a big unit of Deathwing. Normal Deathwing Terminators and my Deathwing Knights, try to control the board and then try to move out from there. Tried to do that, just ran into way too many Knights and just got pushed around. He was able to grab objectives and everything. It was a great game. Really enjoyed it. And thanks to Robert for the great game.
So Robert ended up pulling out the victory. He killed all the soft last turn, just his Knights super awesome conversions. Just very, very good army. Robert was a great opponent to play, just really, really good. Just, hey, I ended up losing 88-59. I actually scored more points than I thought I would do, so I'm proud of that. And we'll move on to round 2. So on to game 2. I am playing Tom. He is playing with his awesome buggy list. He's got every single orc buggy you can think of. You go to move. And then this is after turn 1, so I've moved up. We are playing Scorched Earth, so it should be pretty good. The terrain's all set up differently this round, which I'm really loving. And we are on, so hopefully it'll be a good game with Tom. I've never played orcs before, so this will be really cool.
So round 2 was an awesome game. I ended up playing Tom. His orc army list was very cool. I'll leave it up here so y'all can read over it as I go over it, but basically it is all buggies. Buggies everywhere, just a whole bunch of cool stuff jumping across the board. Just a very, very cool army to play against. Really had a great game versus Tom. One thing I did try to do on the same mission that I've been trying to do on all my other ones was, especially just like I did round 1, I pushed the middle of the board, tried to control the middle of the board, and then slowly just annihilated mostly every single thing on the other side of the board. Just a very, very cool army to play. Really enjoyed the game with Tom. Great opponent. Great guy. So fun having him just roll all those dice for his orcs. Very cool game. We'll go on to the summary and see how I ended up doing.
Well, the game's over with. I ended up winning 60-53. I kind of captured, moved over there. I ended up killing all his beautiful buggies. So it was a really good game, really close game. Won 60-53. We got to turn 3, just a whole bunch of shooting, a lot of fun. So Tom was a great opponent. I appreciate his list. It is probably one of the coolest lists I think I've seen, so I'm really enjoying it. Well, guys, on to round 3. I'm playing Robert, his beautiful Abbate. This is his turn 1, and I'm all deployed, so we'll see how things go. He's a very good player. He's from Dallas, so we'll see what happens. I'm actually using a chess clock, so I'm really excited about this.
So round 3 was first Robert and his Astro Militarium, or Imperial Guard. Really great game, really great game. Again, tried to push the middle of the board, try to capture the middle. He had his conscript blob and his other units. He also made another unit from his other IG, his Imperial Guard normal troopers. They made another gigantic unit in the middle of the board. He was able to control that. Just a great game. Learned a lot. Best that my army just is. It's not really equipped to deal with that many tanks. I think I found that out round 1, 2 versus Robert. A lot of armor is just not good for my army, and him having Lehman Rush demolishers all over the board with tank commanders was really just able to just obliterate everything. Luckily for the transhuman on my inner circle, for all my dark angels, Deathwing Terminators, Knights, as well as the characters, was able to keep them alive. But once again, man, just a really great game. He's a very good player, and I really enjoyed playing Robert. Thanks for the loss. I learned a lot, and let's go on to the summary.
Well, guys, round 3, I went down. Robert's army was really good. Really good tactics. He's got the blobs of infantry that kind of take up the middle of the board. His Lehman Russes just go back and pound you. Those Demolisher cannons are actually quite really amazing. So it was a good game. He beat me 95-55. So really good game. On to day 2 tomorrow, so I'll see what happens tomorrow. That's the dead pile. So yeah, good stuff. Okay, so we're up to round 4. I'm playing Blair. She's playing Sisters of Battle. Very cool army. Can't wait to go ahead and play it. Never played Sisters before, so it should be an interesting experience. We are playing, what mission are we playing? We are playing Sweep and Clear, mission number 32. You've got the 2 deployments. You got this deployment and the quarter edge. The objective markers are all down, and I have deployed over here. Blair's still deploying, and we should have a pretty interesting game. I can't wait to play Sisters and see how they go.
So, round 4, great game versus Sisters of Battle. Blair, congratulations. Welcome to the FMP team. But yeah, it was just an overall great game. Once again, try to push the middle of the board, try to capture that middle objective, just making my Deathwing Terminators just really hard to kill. with the standard bearer there and the 5+ feel no pain, and was able to do that on this game and just kind of spread out from there. Characters ran amok, Deathwing Knights ran amok. It was just overall a very good game. Thanks to Blair for the great game. Let's go ahead and go on to the recap, and so y'all can see kind of how it was, what I said live.
Well, I ended up winning that game 77-58. Blair and her sisters, very cool army. We went through some strategies and stuff like that. She is getting used to playing, but her sister's army is a good list, and hopefully it'll work out for her next game. But really cool to play sisters. The miracle dice are super good. The ability to have all these dice and you just randomly pick one, very, very cool. Very, very fluffy, I will say. I really like it. It makes a lot of sense for that army. So on to game 5, I'm 2-2. Let's see if I can get another win or if I lose my next game. Well, final game. Dark Angels are deployed. What are we playing? We are playing Strike Force, and I am playing Jason over here. I get to play Grey Knights. Very cool. That's a lot of Paladins. That's a lot of Paladins. And of course he's got Voldus and all the other Grey Knight characters you possibly want. And I am deployed and he is going first. So we shall see how this game goes. I suspect it will be a slaying of the Dark Angels, but we shall see.
So game 5, first Jason. Very great game. His Grey Knights were really, really cool. It gives me a lot of inspiration on what I want to do with my Grey Knights. Paladins, 2 big blocks of Paladins. Strike squads, some of the heavy ones with some of the heavy weapons. Lots of characters, really able to just shuck, jive, move, really manipulate the board very well with the Grey Knights. Paladins are tough to kill, just like my Deathwing Terminators. So it was a real slugfest. Barely pulled out the game. Barely pulled out that game. Unfortunately, at the end of the game, we were in a rush, and he forgot to deploy scramble. He forgot to move his strike squad in the middle of the board to deploy scramblers to actually win the game. So I barely pulled out that game. Thanks a lot, Jason. Really appreciate it. Just overall, great game. Well, overall, I ended up going 3-2. Round 1, of course, was a loss. Round 2, win. Round 3, loss. Round 4, I won. Round 5, I won. Very cool. Definitely enjoyed all my opponents, everything like that. It was just an overall really great tournament. Just want to give a shout out to all the people that did a great job of winning. Let's see here. You can tell here I was right in the middle of the pack. I was number 16, which was very cool. And as you can see, I won just average. I was just overall average. So that's me with Colin. And this is, that's me receiving my prize for being overall just average. Really cool. Congratulations to Mike, Clifton. Mike, who's part of the FMP team, played as Harlequins, ended up winning overall. And then Clifton ended up doing second place. One of the best Gene Stealer Colt players out there. Him and one of my other teammates, Eric Tate, also has a podcast out there where they do talk about Gene Stealer Colts. Very cool podcast. Really they do a great job where you can really take Gene Stealer Colts and make them a great army. They're probably the 2 best players in the world. On that, man, overall, great tournament. Great job. Really appreciate Colin, Nathan for being the TOs, Joey for producing all the terrain. Really awesome job. And then thanks to both their wives. One of them was there, helped supporting the tournament the entire time, and the other one really helped do all the terrain. Joey's wife helped do all the terrain. Just overall, just a very great tournament. I had a great time. Colin's going to announce, I think sometime in March, he's going to try to increase it to an 80, maybe even a super major. We don't know right now. But other than that, Clutch City GT was a blast. I am so glad I got to play in a tournament again. And it was just super awesome. Really enjoyed it. If you're hearing the video, you may hear me a little stuffy and everything. Not because of COVID. Every year I get a sinus infection, and boom. Started getting cold here in Houston, got a sinus infection. So on that, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and like, everything like that. And then, hey, hopefully I'll see y'all at the next Texas GT or maybe another GT. Who knows what's coming up. But hopefully this COVID thing will go away and we'll all be able to play some more 40K. So
Appreciate y'all watching. Thanks so much, and I'll see y'all back with another video.